with our uniforms on. I don't know who those guys were, but I
wish
know where
you
we are right now. Welcome to the House of Zone. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Twin, how are you?
I'm doing great for having a Wednesday. It's hump day. We're coming down. The weekend's almost here. Super excited about it. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Old Uncle Sewing is still here.
Always rely on Uncle Sewing.
I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, Katie. Great to see you. Great to see you, Rita. Hello, hello.
Hey.
Yay, Chuity, Judy. Great to see you. Alibaba.
Hi,
Yay.
Ollie. Hi, Chloe. How are you doing?
Awesome. Awesome. Great to see everybody. To anyone watching this in the future, I want to say this in the beginning of the stream because I haven't in a while. Thank you. My rewatch people come through. You guys are really reliable, so I thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
No, I used to mention them all the time, but
You
we've
doing good.
grown. We're the house of growing here.
Yeah. And your community's growing, my friend. Yes, it is.
And tonight I'm going to be working on, well, I'm going to grab it in a second, but
Hey,
I've
Katie.
already cut out my pieces, and this is a mess, but this is the material that I'm working with.
Oh, I like that.
A while ago, I made a red and a blue jacket when I was participating in So Frugal a million years ago.
Hi, so Terry. How are you doing? I
Yay!
miss you, Terry. Oh,
So, to my YouTube sewists, has anyone ever participated like in any of those hashtags, like So Frugal, anything in that realm?
not in the sewing world.
Great to see everybody.
I participated in things like that, but it wasn't sewing related.
So you never did like So Frugal?
No, no. I just did like a pantry challenge. So it was
What's
more
that?
food related. But
What's a pantry challenge?
so you don't go to the grocery store for the whole month and you eat what's in your pantry. So because I do a lot of canning and preserving. So you do that in the month of
Oh.
January.
I guess I could live off of Welch's grape for a month.
Oh my word. You would die.
I have some marmalade and mocha chocolata, whatever, however the song goes.
Thank you, Terry, for watching my video. Yeah, William had a really nice short. He did. So if you guys haven't seen the short with the new cape, you need to go out there. And I need you to
Sorry,
watch it, like it, do all the things. Do all the things.
Yeah, it is great to see everybody.
You guys are just amazing.
I'm running around and setting up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more organized and make a short for everything I make. Because I did that last year, but at the end of the year, there were certain items that I forgot that I only made a short for. Yay! Hello, hello. Great to see you. Yay!
Yes, Terry.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, Terry says that she likes to empty her pantry into her body too. What's your favorite thing to can and preserve, y'all? Like if you to all of my canners out there, if there's any that I mean, we overlap a little bit in this world. But yes, Rita, that was a great cape that he made earlier. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? So glad that you were able to make it tonight. I can see him at the end of the month mixing marmalade into his Welch's grape juice, probably because he would get sick of one or the other and he needed to spice up his life a little bit. Yes. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I preserve a lot of jellies. So that's what I do in the spring. So strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, pineapple, peaches. Well, peaches is more in the fall, but I preserve a lot of jellies, apple sauces. and then every vegetable imaginable. I did some pickles. It was the German pickles, and they were super spicy. Super, super spicy. Cowboy candy.
Okay.
I need to make some more cowboy candy this year, Ollie.
Yay!
Oh, we're all the way down. Oh, hi, Tammy. Welcome, welcome. Didn't see you pop in.
I had to run.
Hi.
Sorry, I had to run.
Yeah.
Way too much coffee during MMA today. You know, Wednesdays are weirdly busy for me.
I noticed.
Every other one is for me.
Yeah.
You're kind of foggy.
Oh, Tammy? Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
I had to make sure that wasn't me.
No.
Okay.
You're not a little pixelated, but it's just your screen isn't as clear as it normally is.
Yay. Hello.
Okay.
Pickled green beans. I want to do that this year, Terry.
Hi, Ollie, Judy, Linda, Terry. Hi, you guys. Let me swap back over to the other Wi-Fi, so it may boot me off.
Yeah.
But I'll be right
I hope
back.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't be the internet if it wasn't for technological drama.
Welcome to our lives.
It's Wednesday, but seriously, I hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah.
When Tammy gets established, I'm going to do a couple backflips in this room, but I'll wait a minute.
What? Yeah. Let's see here. For dehydration, flash and freeze and vacuum. I have vacuum bags too. We're talking about food now. I want to get a freeze dryer. That's like my next big purchase so that I can freeze dry candy.
Do you know, I have purchased every inception of those bags that you put clothes in, then you vacuum them.
Yeah.
They never work.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, it's more me and less the product, is because I'm an overstuffer.
I was going to ask you, did you overstuff or did you?
I even did it with the oopsies, and I proved to myself once again I'm an overstuffer.
Yeah. Well, you just got to you're trying to get as much stuff as you can in those little bags. Did you get the Ziploc ones?
The ones that I had were so huge, I could put my leg in there up to my knee.
Oh, wow. So good to know if you accidentally break a leg. We'll just use one of those ones.
I wasn't that bored that I'm vacuuming my legs. I haven't been that bored in years.
Let Tammy in.
Oh, I'm still not used to yay. Hey.
Is that better?
Much.
Yes.
Okay. So I apologize. They installed fiber. They're like swapping everybody to fiber.
Yeah.
And when we had the internet that I'm on right now installed, it's installed right outside my studio. And where they install the fiber is across the living room from my studio. So it's even further away. And I have worse signal and worse speed with the fiber. So yeah, it's a mess. So we've got two internets to choose from right now.
Yeah.
I do not have a freezer or dryer, so I freeze stuff even so I can vacuum seal.
Yeah.
Enough so I can vacuum seal.
Yeah.
I have those big ones put in my large coats. Absolutely. I love those. I love those huge bags. I use them for other things. I try to be organized, but it's just me buying weird products.
I have a vacuum sealer and it seems to work pretty good.
Yeah. I need to get one for my mason jars.
Oh, I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, actually, it might be. I have an attachment for one thing. I wonder if I could put an attachment on mine.
I bet.
That's possible.
We don't eat a lot of rice and like all that stuff, but I buy it in the bags, like 2-pound bag.
Yeah.
And so to keep it good, I need to do something with it.
I
Yeah.
eat a ton of that stuff.
Well, my body physically can't digest it, so we don't eat a lot of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Not in this
I
house.
can't. I can't process it either.
No. Good times.
I'm trying to
So
make
if
a
you ever want
little
to see somebody that looks 5 months pregnant, feed me rice. Mm.
All right,
But
so
let's get back on the sewing train, guys.
well, also,
Yeah.
something came to my house today. I've been see. This is how you know that I'm not too much of a leaky cup, and I am stealing that from somebody. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I'm not too much of a leaky cup because I didn't say anything.
No.
But I
You didn't tell me.
received a box of goodies from Tammy, and also something else was in the box.
Are you going to spill the beans? Is this going to be the live?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you. Well, I really want to wear it.
Oh.
All right.
Not
Okay.
only is it going to get signed, it's got to get that my so-called life smell to it.
You know you can only wear it once, right? One
Vanilla.
live.
Yeah. Oh, right now it's going to smell like vanilla and daddy issues real quick because I got some great lotion on.
Yes.
I got some great lotion.
I do eat rice cauliflower. I do. Thank you, Rita, for yes. I do eat that. If I'm feeling ricey. Yeah.
Should we explain it?
Yeah,
I'll
you're gonna
let
have
you
to.
explain it.
I think you should explain it.
No,
Go.
let's see. Well, let's see who all recognizes it.
Because
first.
we also have to. It needs to be. It needs a name.
I don't know what to name it.
Well, I need to see it in order to help you name it. I have
Oh,
no
you've
idea what
seen
this
it.
is.
You've seen it.
Is it sparkly?
I'm not telling you that.
Should I be putting on my jacket?
No.
Tammy, do you have a jacket? Can we match? It looks like a Joker.
I'm a midnight smoker. I play my music in the sun.
I love it.
This will be passed around, and it's international. I know who I'm mailing this to.
It fits his
Oh,
head.
cool.
Put it back
Yes,
on.
it does.
Are you
It
kidding
fits
me?
his head.
I wouldn't even. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it has Velcro. It fits my giant head.
He needs to put like a little tally mark on it, so we know how big his head is.
Oh, good times.
Really?
Good.
And go, look, the next person you send it to, I could make it this much smaller.
Chloe says, love it.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna have to put a coating
So
over
the people
my
that gets sent this, it'll be a surprise to them.
It's going straight to you. So supplies. It's going straight to you. Mystery solved.
Okay, that should have been off the live because we want everybody to go find who has it next. Just saying.
Busquen la corona.
Oh, I'm gonna have to learn that so that I can say it.
It literally means find the crown. Find the crown. Busquen la corona. Was this the Spanish lesson of the day?
I did, Terry.
Oh,
I did.
It looks great. It looks great. Look at you.
Yay. Hello, Chloe. Hello, everybody who's recently joined. I am completely discombobulated today. And I think I had way too much water.
So we used to call him King Julian. Are you King Julian again?
I need feathers in every direction.
Yeah. Like, where's all your women dancing around you?
That's a harem. They
Well,
didn't tend to wear
have
crowns.
you seen King Julian? Have you seen all the lemurs dancing around him?
No, I guess I haven't.
No. Yeah, go Disney. They like to keep it.
So I can shape the metal in this brace.
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to break it in, and it's got like inside the thumb brace part of it.
Uh-huh.
There's like stitching in there, and it
That
itches.
yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
So I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do to coat this thing.
Could you wrap it? Could you like wrap it with like a little bit of gauze in that area before
Maybe.
you're on?
I'm
Maybe
gonna be
that could help out a little bit.
maybe. I think this one will hold up better than the other one. Like the
Yeah.
braces, you can't take them out of this one.
Mhm.
Well, you can take one of them out, but you can't take the other one out.
I also have, let's see, what angle
Did you get anything else in your box?
I did, but now that I have these lovely camera angles,
Oh,
I can
What are
actually
these?
show. Look at this thread. I'm so excited. I'm going to use this.
is that sparkly?
It is. And I'm going to find the most angry patch I could find and wrap it in this sparkly thread.
Now you can't put that through the needle. You have to couch it in place.
You literally just answered a question I was about to ask you. So I think you.
I have no idea what that means, but okay, yeah, that's great.
Oh,
What does that mean?
So you can zigzag stitch over it to hold it in place, kind of like
Oh.
cording or something like that. It's
Okay.
thick like cording.
Oh,
And then all the shoelaces.
I'm going to use these for my next hood. I have all kinds of ideas. If not, I will just add this to the thousands of shoelaces that I own.
he's gonna read and make a bath mat out of.
The blue ones are humongous, though. Like they are
Yeah.
absolutely humongous.
Yeah, Ollie, I ordered a new one. So I'm having issues with insurance, and so I can't go to therapy for my wrists. And so yeah, it definitely did hurt, Ollie. But I'm re-injuring what I was slowly healing, and I have no way to fix it. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and to everybody who was here a year ago, I apologize because this is back.
Oh,
No, you took that from me.
yay. All right, Miss Bear.
No.
Miss Care Bear.
I did. I wore my Care Bear
I'm
heart.
very
just like
non-care bearish. I'm just saying. No, a year ago, people
Okay,
were
the king for the day does get to do that.
I know. It's okay.
I promise you, I'm gonna try hard not to milk my birthday too much. I'm gonna try really hard.
How many days do we have left?
Tomorrow is the
7.
official, tomorrow is the
7?
official week countdown.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not
So
tomorrow
today.
yet here. It's still today here.
So is there like a special like
It's still
countdown?
today. Still today for her time right now too.
Yeah, do we do a special countdown for your birthday? Like I need to get
No, it's not that. It's
How
not. Like,
how many
it's not like I'm going to Memphis or something for once in a
How-
lifetime.
how many candles?
mucho.
A lot. Enough where you have to get the numbers.
Do you so
Oh,
my
you don't need numbers if you have a big enough cake.
well, my husband's first birthday here was a Hallmark birthday, like it was one of the big birthdays.
Yeah.
And the devil it's not devil horns. Yep, it's not devil horns.
No.
That just reminds me of it's the final countdown.
Oh, tomorrow's Judy's husband's birthday.
Please
Chloe
be
says
yours.
29.
Thank
Chloe's
you,
telling
Chloe.
me saying you're 29.
I only act like I'm 29, but thank you. Thank you.
So my husband, it was a Hallmark birthday, and one of my, I don't remember which one of my parents suggested it, but they said something about getting a burn permit. And no joke, I went to the fire department and got a burn permit for the candles on his birthday cake.
I love stuff like that. Hey, Pam. Hello.
Hi, Pam.
Absolutely. Tell your husband happy birthday, Judy. Absolutely.
That's fun.
I was tempted to go thrifting
Oh.
today, but I resisted. You know, I feel like, thank you, Pam. I'm glad this is a great segue because today, I finally got the itch of, why don't you just go give it a little peek? You know, just a little peek, just
He
a
was
little
talking
peek.
to
But I
So
kept driving.
his recovery is being tempted.
I kept driving. I kept driving.
Wow.
But you were tempted. But you were
I'm
tempted.
proud of you because
Very,
we're
Thank
at
you.
29 days.
I know. I'm
Insane.
incredibly.
And I haven't even, but the thing is, I live by a Goodwill. I would go in there every day.
Mhm.
And when I
They
say every,
probably have a missing persons poster
I'm
up for you.
not kidding you. Oh, when the staff knows your car, you have a problem. And that's me.
So none of them have emailed you or texted you and say, I have this beautiful machine here waiting on you? None of them? They probably all have the
I
number.
blocked her.
Good.
I'm
I'm
proud
not
of you,
kidding you.
William.
I'm not kidding you. That's our only relationship. I've known her for 5 or 6 years, and the only time she's ever texted me is for a sewing machine. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding you.
Okay. All right. I'm glad that you had the
I'm not playing.
motivation.
I
Yeah.
am not playing this here.
Good job.
I'm trying to stop. And also I want to be able to enjoy what I have, just like this fabric. I forgot that I had this fabric, and I had probably 12 yards of this. So I'm probably gonna make a vest out of this as well.
That's gorgeous.
But it was
What is
just,
that?
I
just
totally would
laying
have used
around.
that.
What's that?
I said I totally would have used that on something.
It's just laying around with the oopsies. And like I said, I made 2 jackets a while ago, so I feel like it needs one. Just
Yeah.
pop in. But tell Amanda say hi. That makes me want to cry. He literally snorted when I turned the corner. He was so happy to see me.
Are you gonna make a birthday outfit?
No one's ever that happy to see me.
Aw, they always are.
You
No,
just don't leave people out in the cold long enough.
I
You leave
always
them out in the
do.
cold long enough, and then they'll be happy to see you.
True. But I would buy massive amounts of fabric.
Mhm.
And like I don't know his situation, but I would pay in cash. So he was like, I'll give you anything that you want. Because I have a feeling it went straight to his pocket.
Yeah.
So, and he would give me these insane deals because I would be like, oh, if you're going to give it to me for $1.50 a yard, can I have 15 yards just of this? And then can I have like 15 yards of that? Like I would go, every time I went there, I would go crazy.
I mean, that's a no-brainer if it's $1.50 a yard.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
still
do
like,
it.
even the Santee Alley fabric, the microfiber, in the end, he was giving it to me for like, $2 a yard or just some
Yeah.
insane price. I finished a dress I've been working on and gotten more fabric out and started on another dress. Awesome. That's like this over ambitious project. I finished my cape last night and I'm like, I'm going to start a coat right now.
You guys would be proud of me. I didn't. I've got 2 empty project boxes that I haven't put new projects in yet, so that I
Nice.
can quilt some of the quilts I need to quilt.
There you go.
So I don't get distracted and work on projects instead of quilting.
See, I just need to find that perfect person that just wants to quilt for me, and I'll just sit here and make tops all day long. I just piece. I could just go on forever. Give me some noise canceling headphones so I don't have to hear anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I put music on or watch YouTube, and
yeah, I'm listening
that's
to
what I do.
Outlander right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
about to
I
enter the
haven't
4th book.
I haven't even worked on that today. I was working on those bags that I'm making,
Mhm.
and I was, no joke, getting texted by 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6 people today, all day while I was trying to work on the bags. So I would get like part of my bags figured out, and then I would get another text. And then I'd get I'd refigure out what I just figured out and then get another text. So I didn't get much accomplished today.
I have this really, really weird system where I will make like 9 to 10 items within 2 weeks, and then I take time off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I get really productive, and then I'm like, I need to slow down.
Wait, this is the longest it's been since I've not started a new quilt.
A long time ago, someone told me they were trying to insult me, but they were like, "You're just like you work, like you basically make fast fashion." I like sewing, so I sew every day.
Ollie, I went back and recounted. I actually have 13, and if you count the 4 that are already basted and like have the batting and backing everything together, I've got 17 that need to be quilted at this point.
I need to reach out to somebody about mine.
I did get the arch fabric for the temperature rings.
Oh, cool.
So pretty purple.
Yes. That's
I was
pretty.
like, "Are you serious? The person who has the actual factory in their house, you have,
I'll ask you this way. What are we talking about?
You have the actual piece of equipment."
She does.
And you know what's funny? I saw the other ones. Yours is just as major league.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen them all face to face, yours is just as major league.
Oh, you're getting called out, Jess. Oops.
I'm not saying that in a bad. I'm not saying that. No, that's not a bad. That's amazing. For as much as I sew, I came into this community as a sewing machine enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I don't know what it does, if it looks like it's sewing, I bought a blind stitcher, not knowing what it does.
Oh.
And now I have a really fancy 300-pound table over there. There's a blind stitcher underneath there.
Okay, explain the cowboy boot to me. I want to see the boot again.
Oh, I can't sew with my boots on.
So you sew barefoot or socks?
Socks. I wouldn't do that to. I respect people. I would never wear my cowboy boots without socks.
You respect.
Because I respect my fellow humans.
Yeah, Tammy, I have a feeling that someday he's going to send us something to quilt and to send it back to him so that he can make something out of it.
Well, good thing he hasn't seen mine yet. We're good.
Yeah.
I can't sew with my clodhoppers on.
I had tennis shoes on today, and I had to take them off because I was having trouble sewing.
Yeah, I can't sew with shoes on.
And also in certain cars, I can't wear my boots because I'm pushing down on the brake and the accelerator at the same time. Because the bottom of my foot's really wide.
I'm like big feet problems.
I wish that was my problem.
That's only when I'm driving like really long distance. I still laugh when I get out of the gas station, when I'm like at a gas station and people see me putting my boots on.
I mean, it's the same way for me. Like when I'm going up to New York, I kind of I bring my seat up a little bit and I kind of sit back and then I put my feet up and I just.
I don't put my feet up.
I always put my left foot up for some weird reason. I don't know. It's comfortable. I got to stretch out.
I would love to get mine quilted, but most of them are too big for me to attempt on my domestic.
Yeah.
Teaming, we should see which one of us can get our quilts completed. I think I'm about to have the same amount. Haven't counted them. I need to put my glasses on.
Judy, sweetheart. You realize that I have other projects planned that have to be done because I've promised you guys new projects. So you would win that competition hands down, and that is just not even fair. That is not even fair. I still have to figure out why my tension's off on my long arm.
And this has happened to me. Alibaba remembers when I built the Frankensurger and I didn't cover the power cord. I reached around and literally shocked myself.
No.
Yeah. I quit
Oh.
California King on my machine. Nope, not technically a long arm.
Yeah. I mean, I can quit all the way up to a king on this machine. It's I think the bigger thing is having enough table space around you.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have enough table space around you, that's when it pulls and drags too much.
Then I get annoyed because I'm like, I feel like I'm fighting with it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then my stitches start going off on a.
The queen size I finished on Beauty, the machine you guys see that's all covered up with stuff today.
Mhm.
And I was fighting with that queen just because of the way I was quilting or what I needed to quilt on it.
All right.
Well, we're all working on projects tonight.
Oh, that sounded important. No, I'm turning over a new leaf here in 2025. No, really, this is me. This is me going back to what I used to do. Actually, I used to make entire coats in like a 3 or 4 hour live stream from the beginning to the very end. Well, actually, so I would always quit on the collar because by the time the collar came around, I was like, I'm hungry.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, it's a lot of work that you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just brain power. I don't know.
I was looking up welt pockets today because of a technique I wanted to use on those bags. And it's been a while since I've done a welt pocket. So I was literally just sitting there staring off into space going, how did I do it the last time I did one? And will it work for this?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's not going to work for the project I'm doing it for. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I do that. I when I make hammer pants, I have to stand back and I'm like, because it's just a simple but I always forget which direction to go.
Oh, with the welt pockets?
Oh, when I make hammer pants, it depends on how big I want them to be. I bet before this year out, William has a long arm. Oh no! I was thinking about that too, and I was like, no. But to be fair, I've wanted one. I've wanted one since day one because I've been watching Jordan Fabrics for over 6 years, 5 years.
She has a gamble, doesn't she?
She has a wall that looks like a machine gun.
Yeah.
I want it. I didn't even know what it was.
I don't remember what kind she has.
But it's computerized, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I really want a computerized one.
Yeah. I'm gonna save up some cash so I can get it.
I've watched
I would use my machine more if it was just click, push a button, and I can go sew and do this thing.
Yeah. There was one comment. Terry's saying a welt pocket isn't hard, it just looks hard. Yeah, it's not hard. It's just I haven't done one in gosh. How old was my son? I haven't done one in 12 years at least.
Yeah.
So I just needed a refresher to look at, like pictures to look at. Because I was sitting there thinking, and I'm just going, something about this was not adding up the way I wanted it to add up.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi, Ed. How are you doing tonight?
I love Donna Jordan. I absolutely do.
She hasn't put out a video lately, has she? Because it hasn't come up on my screen.
Well, she's been YouTubing. I don't. I did not do the Civil War block project. That was Twin.
Yes.
Who's asking about that?
Ed.
Oh, Ed. Yes. Yeah. So it's Twin.
I've
Yep,
been
twins
I've been
one.
I've been watching Donna Jordan for, like I said, when I first got on YouTube, and if you were sewing, I subscribed to you.
There's so when I go to rent the long arm, the
Yeah.
long arm I'm renting is automated. And it's so much fun because once you get it going, yeah, you have to monitor it and
Yeah.
stop it or whatever if it skips stitches or whatever. Oh my gosh, I would
I mean,
love
it'd
to
be
have it.
horrible if I went and just rented a long arm space, even though I have one in my house.
Just say, hey, can I
Um,
walk in with my own? I would love a long arm, but lack of space wouldn't get enough use. See, this is my exact same problem. I'd have to get rid of half of the stuff. The back wall would have to go
Yeah, yeah.
because there is
And like,
room in
what
here.
size table would you get? Mine's an 8-foot table, and they come in 10 and 12 too.
yeah,
Everything in this
12.
room is
They
sitting
actually come
on.
up to 14.
Oh, 14.
I'd have to think because everything in this room is either sitting on a sewing table or a a rollaway toolbox. Because
They
someone I know
basically,
loved buying rollaway toolboxes for some insane reason.
well, if I would, if
And it's 4 foot wide.
yeah, or 4 foot deep, yeah.
Yeah, deep, whatever.
Um,
Yeah.
if I were to do one, I would have to completely change the layout of this room. And I don't even think that I have enough room in this room to do a long arm.
Yeah.
Judy says she hasn't done a well pocket in almost 40 years. Yeah, I haven't done one in a while. I've done them and I know how to do them. Like just looking at the pictures reminded me of most everything I needed for it. But I was thinking that's what I wanted, and it's not what I want for that project. Aw, Katie got her machine 5 years ago. It's 5 years old now. My dog is 1 year older than your machine.
Mhm.
Judy's is a 12-foot table. Yeah, I think the space that I rent from hers is a 14
Okay.
because you can do up to 120 inches on the frame
Oh,
of
wow.
quiltable space.
Yeah, I can do up to a queen size.
Yeah, see, I would
And then,
need I regularly do king and California king, so I'd need a larger table.
The table I'm at right now is 7 feet long.
So you got plenty of room to have one in that room.
we're just going to replace the table with a long arm.
I always think about that if I ever got that Juki that I've always wanted.
Oh,
It's the same size as a table, basically. I would literally just get rid of the table.
yeah.
But I have a lot
Okay.
like this table is deceptively large, so I have a ton of stuff on it.
The cutie frame,
As you can
it's
see.
all, it takes up half the depth of my long arm table and takes up the full width of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, William, you've got a lot more room than I do.
I took this is the accumulation of all my sewing stuff for the past 15 years in a 2-car garage. And there's still space over there, but I have to have a functioning life with a washer and dryer. So everything over there is domestic.
I would totally come and spend like three or 4 days organizing. You just have to cook for me.
Oh, my neighbors would come and help me. They would be like, oh, he finally got help. Come on. Finally got help.
That's funny.
I know there's mother has one of those things behind Jess. Unsure. Oh, those things are awesome. Long arms are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What machine is your long arm?
What?
What machine is your long
Yeah.
arm?
Oh, it's a Moxie. It's a handy quilter.
I'm gonna stay in Stone Age of sewing. I don't want to computerize. I fight this too. None of most of the stuff I use isn't computerized. I
Yeah.
fight this. I have my table in here so it looks awful. When the table isn't in here, I can do jumping jacks behind me. And it's all spatial perception because everything's up against the wall. And
Yeah.
so because there's so much stuff in here, it looks a lot either, depending on it either looks bigger or smaller depending on whose opinion it is.
I just thought about something because everything in my room is movable.
Yeah.
If I broke down Beauty and her table and like put them in the closet,
Yeah.
I could actually bring my long arm table over and I would be able to long arm while I'm on videos.
They're so loud though.
They are loud. I
They
wouldn't
are.
be able to actually do it on videos, but I would be able to like physically be on video.
Yeah.
I'd have to mute myself.
I just couldn't believe I didn't realize how loud they were until like when William was testing the stream and I was trying to work on mine and I went back and re-listened. I was like, oh, that was loud. I didn't like it.
I didn't realize how loud mine was until my husband walks in from the other room. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm just quilting." He's like, "That's really loud. You're vibrating the floor."
Yeah, so I always wear my noise canceling headphones, so I just never know.
Gotcha. Ed, the long arms are used for quilting the layers of your quilts. Yeah, it's so like when you see the stitches that connect all 3 layers of your quilt, that's what it's used to do. I need to speak. Judy is trying so hard. I love it.
Hey, if you guys send me your allergies list. I like to cook. Send me the things because I cook with exotic stuff. I live in the Southwest. We eat lots of avocado and cilantro here. And breakfast.
Cilantro are fine.
We're hobbits. Lots of breakfast here.
Just don't do rice and green beans. Those are like the only 2 things I refuse to even. Well, there's other things I refuse to eat, but those are the only 2 common
green beans. Seriously, I eat those off the plant.
I do. I have a green bean problem.
Oh dear.
I eat a lot.
Do you put bacon grease on them when you cook?
It depends on how froggy I'm feeling.
Sometimes I do. That's why I had to ask.
So mine goes back to we were not exactly rich when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And so you know how if you eat something repeatedly as a kid, you're not likely to eat it as an adult? That's green beans for me. It's just I'm the texture and the taste just reminds me of my childhood in ways that wasn't pleasant. Yeah. Everything else is fine.
People think I'm crazy. Like I had beef ribs tonight, so maybe I am. But I grew up in a house where we ate steak every other day. Yeah. I do not necessarily eat steak.
Yeah.
I won't run towards it. I literally, and people are like, "Oh, you're a snob," this and that. I was eating 2-buck chuck, sirloin, whatever was at the store. My parents were obsessed with it, so I'm not necessarily a fan.
I really only eat filet and maybe a ribeye every now and then.
No, I actually don't eat steak. Like I'll eat beef, but I don't have a taste for steak. Like I never have.
I think William allergies are going wacko.
Yeah, the dog would have to come with me. I'm sorry. That would be the problem.
Not a green bean fan. I grew up in a weird farm setting, so I like for as much as I talk trash about kale, I'll eat kale out of the ground. There's a lot of carrots out of the ground.
Yeah.
There are certain things I'll grab, like even my lemongrass. I chew on it because it tastes like Fruit Loops to me.
Huh. See, I've never had raw lemongrass like that. Like I've always put lemongrass in my soups, like my Thai soups, but I've never just gnawed on one. Let's just say.
I agree. It's not spicy foods. No, I actually grew up with somebody who doesn't like spicy foods, and it was not my father, it was my mother. So I know how to cook without super spicy food. People do people like the cutie frame?
Um,
Ask,
so
ask so Terry. She has one.
Terry has one. I have one. So it comes with handles to use underneath your quilt. Mine, the previous owners had jerry rigged a PVC frame
Mm.
to have your handles above or in front of your machine, and they had a much smaller machine. So my frame actually, my handles actually hang on to my machine a little bit. Um, but it's definitely faster than trying to move the quilt. It's a lot easier to move the machine than moving the quilt.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like, a long arm without any automation.
I was having this conversation with my son today while we were planting, because he was kind of like, not wanting to be there, and I was like, "Hey, do you remember when we were eating those carrots?" He's like, "Oh yeah, those were amazing." I was like, "Because we did this a year ago again, so we need to do this again."
Oh, you started your garden today?
Oh, I'm not playing. I'm not playing, but it's in stages because I
Yeah.
have a side yard and a backyard, and I have to clean my side yard. It's wrecked. And
Um,
I didn't cut my tree back last year. And I'm telling you, the leaves just fell like 3 weeks ago.
how warm was it there today?
It was in the 60s.
It was almost that here.
I feel bad, like, because I don't know if it's because I have a black car, but when I first get in my car, it's so warm. So I have to have the air conditioner on. It does. Lemongrass tastes like Fruit Loops to me, Terry. I grew it in front of my house. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with lemongrass. Fresh cut green beans are amazing as well. You can take kale and and some fennel cookbook and butter. Kale is amazing. Like, for as much as I talk trash, I think it's because I grew up in a place where people grow it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So I used to do that with like squash, like yellow squash.
Mm,
They'd take it out of the garden and I just like dip it in, like they'd slice it up for me and I'd dip it in ranch.
yeah. I always
That was
fry mine.
My parents grew squash and zucchini as a kid, and my dad was always so proud of these just huge things of squash.
Yeah.
They take pictures. I find the pictures, and then as children, we look like we're being held hostage. We're like, we have these terrible smiles. My dad's like, just smile for the picture.
Children of the Corn pictures, like,
Oh,
not super happy about it or anything.
he
Wow.
was so proud of his food. He was so. I know the feeling now as an adult. Oh, those were the good old days, man.
I'm so happy with that
And
purple.
the funny thing is, it's full circle because I grow food. And my son's like, "Oh no, not potatoes." I'm like, "Keep digging." And the funny thing is, the deeper we dig, there's more potato.
Yeah. You need
You,
to put sweet potatoes in your mix. Do you like sweet potatoes?
Yes, but only to make pie out of. I really don't mess with like I was a really picky kid, and I never liked sweet potatoes, but I live for
You like
sweet
sweet potato
potato pie.
pie?
Live
Okay.
for it.
um, potatoes you can do in 5-gallon buckets, so
Yeah.
you never have to dig like too far down. If you container grow them,
One year I have arbors in my backyard, and one year I was trying to show off in front of my son, and we dug a hole and we dumped a bag of potatoes
oh
right in
gosh,
front of my rose bush. My son was in the third, or like he was like in the third or fourth grade. I don't think I've bought potatoes. I'm
Oh,
understating how many potatoes I have.
that's hilarious.
I'm understating it.
Yes, Terry, and with yellow curry. Yummy, yummy.
Grapes
I just
too.
made
I
some the other day.
Grapes are like, well, I live in the land where they grow where people have vineyards everywhere. But grapes grow, they flourish here where I live.
Unless they're North Carolina grapes. You don't have those.
People
We
take their shirt off and throw it around like a helicopter. Is that what they?
Jumping on.
we can't grow much of anything here. Like, it is incredibly hard to grow things here.
Is it just your season's so short, or?
But it's season short, altitude, and wind.
Oh,
And then it's a dry climate, so we have to like it almost feels like you're overwatering.
yeah.
So my first summer here, I was able to grow flowers on the balcony. This past year, nothing grew for me, but I wasn't the only one who had problems growing anything.
Yeah. I never have a problem with tomatoes. I can grow it. I can just put a tomato in the ground and it grows. But I grow yellow tomatoes because of their acidity. Like, they're not as
Acidity,
acid.
yeah.
I grow tomato. My son eats them. We grow baby tomatoes. That's his like project every year
Yeah.
because he has massive amounts of those.
You grow watermelon?
No,
I have grown watermelon.
I have not. No, I haven't. There's certain things that, like, honestly, the reason I don't grow it is because of the animals in the backyard.
Oh, I keep forgetting your pet raccoon.
And it's not just the raccoon. It's anything with opposable thumbs. Squirrels have thumbs.
Yeah.
We have armies of squirrels here. There was one year I walked out to pick there was one night I looked and there was grapes everywhere. I come out with my big metal bowl the next day. They were literally all gone. I blamed the raccoon. I looked on my trail cam and it was the squirrels. They were eating my grapes. They were like, "Hey, this guy's crazy. Look at all these free grapes." And they kept on coming back and coming back. I want to know where they took all my grapes.
In their belly.
They ate them. William?
Until they were like drunk. Oh man, it was funny. One day I'll release my trail cams. You can see it.
So Ollie and I grow sugar babies. They're really good.
We have one raccoon that looks like a panda. It has a round head.
Oh,
No, it's not. There's no. That thing is a murderous. It just happens to look like a panda.
Animals. Don't even play.
Oh, it's a true trash pan. Even I showed everybody the trail cam, and they were like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Stop naming it."
And I tried growing pumpkin this year so my kid and I can make bread and carve one. Didn't get any. Sometimes pumpkins take a couple years to sprout. Pumpkins can be picky, and then if you actually may have to pollinate them yourself.
You're just reminding me. I have 2 pineapples. I have a breakfast nook, but ever since I built my drapes, I forgot that nook exists. And my son's been watering it. I opened up my drapes expecting this just dead plants. I had 2 thriving pineapples just sitting.
Oh, it's really exciting.
But I'm scared I think I'm going to leave them in the nook. I'm going to put them in dirt, but I'm scared because the last time they became anything near a pineapple, the raccoon was like, "Thanks. It must be my birthday."
Yeah.
Why don't you put chicken wire around it?
Because these raccoons around here
do chicken wire.
They do push-ups around here.
Yeah.
They'd smoke. He'd be smoking a cigar, moving it with his right hand.
My grandfather, he since let's see, 84, he grew pumpkins for his whole community. Okay. And he was the pumpkin guy. I just remember I never paid for a pumpkin until I came to North Carolina, and I thought it was highway robbery paying $10 for this little itty bitty thing.
That was me and zucchini as a kid growing up, like squash, zucchini, anything in that realm. There's a lot of things I never went to the store for ever. It's murder. Don't trust it. My husband grows giant pumpkins.
So there's a difference between those and pie pumpkins, though.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
I miss
sugar
pumpkin
content of
pie.
the
See,
pumpkin.
now I'm craving all of the above.
Pumpkin
I grew
pie
up in a
with
house where
homemade whipped cream.
oh
Mm, I
people would
know.
make them from scratch. Like they would,
Yes.
they didn't. I same with the sweet potatoes.
Highway
So
robbery, if not.
Yeah. Yeah. Started the seed indoors, moved outside once it was time. Yeah. Pumpkins are
talking about
um,
sweets.
pumpkins have to be may have to be hand pollinated.
Mhm.
They can be picky, especially if you don't have enough pumpkin plants, male and female flowers to pollinate them. And then the conditions do have to be right for pumpkins. It's kind of like divinity. You can't make divinity if the humidity is too high. You
Yeah.
can't grow pumpkins if the conditions aren't just right.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and I got baby um kiwi. They're called kiwi
Ooh,
berries, but
okay.
I have kiwis that hopefully will be ready this year because this is the 3rd year I've
Hey.
had this plant, and I
Uh-huh.
had 1 berry last year, so hopefully I have a couple more this year.
Asparagus is like that where you harvest it, but you don't eat for like the first like 4 years.
I've never grown asparagus.
I have grown asparagus, but I haven't eaten it. Like we
Well,
ended up
I
moving before I could have
yeah,
saved it.
asparagus is delicious when you roast it and mm,
Yeah.
yummy, yummy.
Um,
Man,
I love
I'm hungry. What
I
is
I'm getting hungry and I'm almost done with my Powerade. And I really didn't eat much tonight,
So
so
if I get off here, guys, and you see the little queen pop up, it's because I'm going to go get something to eat. You guys are making me hungry.
I might be doing the
Oof.
same. I might be doing the same.
And I don't even want to cook. I just want somebody to make it for me. Mm-mm. I know I was cooking breakfast for dinner tonight. So I still have some of that left over.
Yeah. Yeah, Rita, if I actually had access to ground, I would have a greenhouse and like I would do something, but I'm on a 3rd floor patio or have a 3rd floor patio, and the direction the wind blows, it literally shears across our patio. So if we don't have things that are heavy enough that they won't be picked up, or we don't have shields for plants, you can't grow anything. I mean, like we had like seedlings, or we had some plants that had leaves on them, and the weather shifts where we get the wind coming through, and the plants are shredded, like the leaves are all gone. I have a 100-year-old walnut tree in the backyard. Don't sit under it. Ouch.
My friend goes, asparagus. They grow a lot. Like I laugh because a lot of this stuff is grown around here.
Yeah. You're not supposed to eat asparagus the first year. You're supposed to wait till year 4 to eat.
I grew up in my parents one year they got a real Christmas tree and they planted it. So all throughout my teenage years, I grew up in a house with a real Christmas tree in the backyard. I love that smell.
Yeah. Was it a blue spruce by chance?
I don't know. It went up to it got to be like 20 feet and they eventually had to cut it because it got too big for its britches.
Blue spruces are my favorite Christmas trees.
I was a kid, so I wasn't technical. It just smelled like
They smell
year
beautiful.
round. And when the wind hit it, you could smell it around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I have 2 greenhouses I don't use. I would go crazy with 2 greenhouses. I could grow you.
Yeah,
I would
really.
the Garden of Eden. I'd have the Garden of Eden going on in your house.
Hey, where do you live?
She's in Rhode Island.
Lily, I'm on the East
Coast.
I got a trip.
I came to my phase cam just to remind. I don't know who needs to hear this. Never be scared to be your own Valentine. I am my own Valentine, and I'm going to treat myself good this year. And these are bad for your health. Do not take any health advice from my so-called life.
Disclaimer, disclaimer.
Oh, I was wondering why. Oh, Tammy, come back.
Tammy!
We sit under the tree and play who's gonna get hit by the walnut. Love the boost spruce smell of Christmas. I love that smell.
It is.
Rhode Island. Rhode Island is absolutely beautiful.
So that's one of the states I haven't been to on the East Coast. So I can come hang out with you.
I've been there. My so-called me though. Rhode Island is actually one of those it's like one of those postcard places where you go and it's like, this is a postcard. Sorry, back when people used to take pictures and mail them to each other, to anyone who doesn't know what a postcard is.
Who does it anymore? Tammy's off stage.
Okay. I used to love I had pen pals as a kid and everything. I was a geek.
Yeah. I remember having pen pals in elementary school. And then we would talk to people on the other side of the country.
Speaking of your Valentine's doll, there's stuffed animal I want to get.
Yes, treat yourself.
Who are they kidding? Oh, see, Ollie knows. It's just wow. It's the Homer Simpson wow.
Y'all are still talking food, really?
That's actually part of my shtick. I've toned down the food talk because people are like, stop talking about pancakes. I have this weird thing about waffles and pancakes. I can eat breakfast any time of day. Yeah. Any time of day.
Me too.
Excuse me, and I love talking about it. Also, I had kale, lettuce, cabbage.
I think we figured that part out.
And I'm not kidding you. Ever since the plague, that whole world has disappeared. We really don't have, like, my son even remembers when he was young. If he wasn't sleeping, I was like, get in the car. We're going to Denny's. We're gonna go to like IHOP at like 11:45 at night.
Oh, you guys don't even have a Waffle House over there.
They go from Arizona to the ocean, but they are not in California. And I know this for a fact because when I lived in Arizona, that was my introduction to the yellow sign Waffle House.
Yeah.
I'd never seen one. Never.
My kid, if we win a softball game, she goes, can we go to Waffle House? I was like, of course.
I think that's so funny. And you know what's funny? Like a lot of those places around here were always considered quality up until not quality, but decent up until the pandemic. I miss that world, but I'm a third shift midnight kind of person, you know.
Yeah,
I know this is your morning.
No, for real, this is. So I feel sorry for everybody in my life because I am on reverse hours. Like this is my morning right now. Not planning on growing this year.
I
go full bonanza. Green acres.
I may not grow anything either because we're gonna move in June.
Yeah.
During the middle of the growing season.
Yeah, that would be hectic.
I'd have to move all the buckets with all the soil and it gets heavy real quick.
Moving in general is just the worst.
It is. I knew where we were moving to.
Even though I haven't moved since 2008, I've lived in the same place. Moving is awful. I moved around a lot before that. Now I have the Green Acres theme song stuck in my head.
That's the place to be.
I am like, if you are into tuning out, this is the place to be because I do not watch the news. I was singing the WKRP in Cincinnati song earlier because it was stuck in my head.
I watched Green Acres as a kid, and whatever the train station one was that part of Green Acres?
You mean
there's another
Conjunction Junction? What?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh no. not Hee Haw. Oh, what was it? Petticoat
No.
Junction.
Yes, I watched both of those. Um, and then so my husband grew up in a neighborhood that was named Green Acres.
Mm.
Oh, that's
And
so funny.
so he would drive us around, like reminiscing about growing up in this neighborhood and showing me the house that he grew up in and all of this other. And every time we passed that sign and to go into the neighborhood, I'm just go there's no way to get away from that song. It was like on repeat.
I don't watch news and completely despise commercials. Then that's another thing. My local news is really, really just sad. Lately, I've had this weird thing. I watch a lot of stuff. I have fallen into the Carson show because I get recommendations. I'm like, oh, I'll watch this. Completely fallen into it. But I've been watching like videos from the year I was born. It's weird to see the commercials. It's weird to see the fashions. It's weird to see and I don't know. It's just really certain products that weren't around by the time I was there to pay attention.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
really
gosh,
strange.
Kaylee.
I loved watching. I still watch all of this is on TV here in LA because a lot of this was filmed out in old LA. I grew up with a nickname, Ellie Mae. That's awesome, Terry.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I've been in my house for 33 years. I don't plan on moving anytime soon. My thing is, I need to talk to Mike because I think my mom's the only one left who was here when the Olympics were here last time. Because
Mhm.
all that whole crowd has come and gone. But I wanted to know her because she'll tell me her honest opinion. And she went to events. She lived in the same neighborhood that she lives in now. Schoolhouse Rock. Oh, I still watch a lot of this. Carson was amazing. But it's just to see, it's crazy to see how much we've changed in a 40-something year period. You can look up TV Guide for the year you were born. Do you know
Mhm.
what? I have um a bunch of old WWF TV guides because I thought they're gonna be worth money. I have one with a rock on it, still in the plastic. Part of me wants to open it, and it's from 90, it's like before he was famous. This is like 92, 93, like right when
Okay.
he
Yeah.
first, started headlining. I know no one's shocked that I have old TV guides in my house. A lot of that stuff, like in the nostalgia world, that stuff sells. I have a magazine called Future Life.
Mhm.
During the pandemic, every book I sold, it wasn't under $200. Like every single magazine, because people, nostalgia sells,
Mhm.
and I'm one of those saps that would pay that much. Would you pay like? Okay, if you were into Star Trek, would you pay like the Wrath of Khan jackets start at like 4 or 5 grand?
I don't know. I don't know.
Would you pay like if you're
I
really
would have
into?
to be a hardcore fan.
Okay, what if you were gonna get like your your team is Duke, right? No, I'm kidding.
It can be. It can be cute today.
What if you were getting like an authentic Grant Hill jersey
Oh,
that you knew he wore in 1990? I can't believe I remembered he played for that team.
good job.
And
Hmm.
it was like a game jersey. Would you
And if I
pay?
was a really hardcore Duke fan,
Yeah.
I'd probably scrape some money and try to get that together.
If I told you how much my hockey, well, you know how much hockey jerseys are.
Yeah.
You got to be a fan to buy a hockey jersey. They're not cheap.
Mhm. But,
Rita says
yeah,
no.
but I want JJ Redick first. He's hot.
I was going to the cons when I was a kid. It's just because Vegas is, within 3 hours of my house. I always thought it was a ripoff. I always thought conventions in a weird way. I went to San Diego Comic Con before it is what it is now, and it was just a bunch of great vendors and you got to meet Mark Hamill.
Mm.
That was literally was old school Comic-Con before it turned into what it is now.
Oh, we got to talk about something a little bit later after we get off.
Okay.
Don't. I got to write it down. I'm going to forget.
Yes, write it down.
No, I have siblings where if we very much look alike, but we're not the same height. I have a brother, we very much look alike, but he's at least 8 or 9 years older than me. I have a t-shirt from Baltimore Browns, so William, who is that team now? They are the Baltimore Ravens. They are now the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, they are. I've drove past that stadium a couple times.
That was confusing because when I was a kid, the Indianapolis Colts became the Baltimore Ravens, and then the Colts got their own team again. And then the that was confusing. The Browns left. That whole thing was confusing. My daughters are 23 months apart. I'm a good decade younger than everybody else. They're like, oops, we're having another kid.
Here he comes. Yeah, my kids are 29 months apart. That's a good age.
So everyone is telling me I should make a mini quilt and I should start. Is that block creation I made like a mini quilt?
You made a block creation?
The seat cover or the seat piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a quilt top. Yeah.
Yep. I name it that.
We know you're Michael Jordan twin. Okay. I'm just putting my shoes on. Putting my shorts on. My shorts are still going on my ankle. I'm a rookie.
Hey, I'm going to be dabbling in your stuff.
I'm still wearing a headband. I'm a rookie.
I have green written all over my face. I don't know what I'm doing. Wow.
My in-laws had 17 children. I married married the middle child. It didn't go well. I come from a large. I was the last of a long line of people. Mine are 4 years apart. Sometimes I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It was good having adults around as a child who were your siblings, you know?
Yeah.
My brother and I are 4.5 years apart.
It's one of those strange things.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a different experience growing up than my brothers and sisters because they grew up together and I grew up by myself without them. Like they literally, when they went off to college, I was just going into junior high.
So you're like only child syndrome.
Yeah. My parents, like, they were like, hey, all of a sudden we went out to eat all the time. They were like, hey, don't tell your brothers and sisters. So I got the traveling version of my parents. Because with a bunch of kids in the house, you can't be going out to eat all the time.
Can't be doing that.
But when there's one, they're like, all right, we quit cooking 6 months ago. No one noticed.
But that's what we keep threatening Livy. It's like when she moves out and goes to college, we're just going to go out and eat all the time because there's only going to be one kid. But it's not really that much big of a difference between having two and one anyway.
That is literally what happened to me. And that's why I know to order at fancy restaurants. My parents were more like, they were obsessed with like food from different countries, like Indian food, Thai food.
Hey, I just noticed. Hey, make Tammy big. Please.
Oh, that is amazing.
It's got ruffles. It's supposed to have ties. I haven't finished it yet.
That is
I wish I
amazing.
could make it bigger. You look like I love it.
It's
I
lined. I've got to fix the sleeves though. Like the length of the sleeves.
Oh my good grief, that's beautiful. Hold on. That's it.
Ah,
That is I absolutely love that.
the whole ruffle piece. Yeah, I definitely need to get the ties done. Like the loops are there for it.
Yeah.
Hey, when we all meet up next time, dramatic clothing. I'm there. I go full Victorian with top coat, cape, everything but the hat. That's awesome.
I've got the buttons to do it and everything else too.
Good great.
Oh, who's making me an outfit?
That is some superhero stuff. I'm digging your coat. That is some superhero stuff right there.
It's even lined too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, that looks
That's
warm.
it's not. I mean it's okay. And it was supposed to be it's supposed to be like a reversed or something. Or it's supposed to be two different fabrics, and I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So I reversed the fabric. So one fabric is right side, one fabric is technically wrong side.
Okay. Awesome.
Amazing. Amazing. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I told you I had a jacket in the closet I needed to finish.
That fits the motif around here. I like that.
It
That
does. It
fits the
does.
as a coat maker, that is amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the chat is just praising you.
I told you guys I came from the garment sewing world. I can still do this. Not that I do it often, but I can still do it. This is actually a couple years in the UFO pile at this point now.
Mhm.
But it's not
Do you
that long
know
ago.
you can tell the day that I discovered what UFO meant in the sewing community because I made a video about it. I was like, "Oh, I'm the definition of UFO. I have a ton of UFOs in this room." I had no idea that's what people called their unfinished objects. I was born a
Aw,
tomboy. My mom wanted a girl.
yeah. I was very much a tomboy, but I took to the sewing skills. That was the one like girly thing I did, was taking to the sewing skills. All right, I'm going back to comfy clothes.
Yeah. So how long did it take us to notice? That's the next question.
Couple minutes.
Couple minutes.
To
Yeah.
be fair, I'm a space cadet with a bubble helmet
I-
on over here.
I know.
Yeah, I was
You sitting
focused on-
there. Yeah.
Well, I noticed that you went black, and I was like, "Oh, maybe she, she's gonna leave for us
Yep.
to get something to eat."
Yep. I was getting it out of the closet.
Yeah.
I am gonna eat though. I do have something to eat real quick.
Yeah. I need to grab something to eat. Y'all made me hungry.
Those sugary bites are holding me over. They're putting my beaties to the side for a minute.
Oh, your diabeticalness.
I live off of sugar. If I'm doing something to myself, maybe I am. I don't know. Have a great night, Chloe. Thank you so much for stopping
Bye.
Good
by.
night, Chloe. I gotta pull out all the supplies that go with this coat. This thing even has shoulder pads, you guys.
Yeah.
Ever since I put that red coat on and was playing my banjo with my patchwork pants, I am not anti-shoulder pads on coats. I think it's because I grew up in the era of church clothes, and as a kid, I had a jacket that I wore every week that had shoulder pads.
Yeah.
So are we going vanilla?
You know, you're gonna get the first golden bobbin for perseverance because you have not deviated since day one. I'm gonna give you Milli Vanilli. I'm gonna give you non-awkward Milli Vanilli too. I'm gonna sing the whole song.
Yeah.
Judy's going to bed too, you guys.
Oh,
Good night, Judy.
Good night, Judy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know I come on extremely late. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Sylvia says that she's sleeping soon too.
Oh my gosh, I never took cut off. I feel bad. Aw.
Well, at least you know where my loyalties lie.
Have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Now I have Footloose stuck in my head. I'm sleeping soon. I don't blame you.
Blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain. Since
Yes.
the day I met you, you have tried to get me that Milli Vanilli suit. It's the leggings and the jacket that are just too much. Okay, if we're going Milli Vanilli, then I need a giant jacket that looks like I got it from my grandfather.
So, I mean, you just have to make it your own. You don't have to look like them, but just, you know.
Do you all on Facebook get random pages of photos of someone? I'm really not on Facebook that much anymore because Facebook is a jungle.
I don't get that. I mean, even my group and all the other, nope.
I think because I come from an extremely eclectic area, I have eclectic friends. And those are the people I've known to, like most of the people I'm friends on Facebook with, I was either in kindergarten, junior high, or high school. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout the years, because I grew up in what used to be a small town.
Yeah.
I try to stay up, but my dogs get me up at 5. Oh, furry alarm clocks. No, but then again, I have turned off some random people can't. So random people can't post. That is true. Most of my Facebook is like hockey. I forgot because I went through it. Excuse me. I kind of tune. I'm one of those people. I'm not here for the drama, so I tune out people like that, and I kind of made my feed all like funny hockey memes. I'm in a million groups on Facebook. I'm in like the Battlestar Galactica fan group. I'm in the Stargate fan group, the Stargate Atlantis fan group. So I get a lot of their stuff. And the funny thing is, I've been in certain groups for like 15, 16 years. So I'm invested. Like I care about what my fellow Stargaters have to say. Gosh, I really have been in that group for that long. If not longer. Are you in any groups like that?
Me?
Yeah, that you've been in for like you look up, you're like, wow, I've been in this group for 16 years.
Yeah, like the Hurricanes. Just because for like resale tickets and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Yeah, some quilting like Missouri Star whenever they started their Facebook and Fat Quarter Shop and all of that stuff. And then some agriculture and stuff like that. But yeah, it's there. I kind of just ignore most of it. Well, Dustin and I used to share a Facebook too. That's why my name is all funky like that.
I learned early on.
Stuff on there still.
I learned early on. I made a comment one time that got like hundreds of thousands of people, and I learned early on to just not to mind my own business online. And you know what's funny? I went really viral. People were sending me the most awful messages. I still have them. I'm sure those people, I'm not kidding you, forgot about me, and they were like threatening me, and I'm sure they forgot that I even exist.
No, that's
sad.
Demons. Yeah,
it's sad.
I just erase everything. I was like, I don't need to see this.
But I've had to, like, even back when Twitter was actually Twitter, I geared my feed to where it was only sewists and artists.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I learned so much. I learned a lot from meeting people around the world and seeing with their art.
Yeah.
Especially people who paint on denim jackets. That's like a whole art. Hey, kids.
Mm-hmm. Hi,
So
Skits.
I learned a lot from those people, and I didn't know that there was like a slow stitching community around the world. On
Yeah.
Instagram, I met this human being. He was Professor Bibby, and the funny thing is, we talk all the time. He was from Norway. I had no idea he didn't know how to speak English because we were always talking online. We were always talking, typing to each other. Oh, it made me laugh. Because I asked him to come on my channel. He's like, William, I don't speak English. I didn't know.
Ollie.
Oh, he's a good guy. But like he inspired me. I covered 2 different pairs of coveralls because of him. Like he inspired me during the pandemic. Need more people like the Bibby Professor. What was his name? I can't remember. It was something in that realm.
Mm. I don't know. I have this book called Stitch Magic.
Awesome.
And it's like folding and pleating your fabrics and doing all these different things to make different textures.
I like that.
I haven't looked through it in a
How
while.
long have you had that book? Where'd
While.
you get it
Years.
from?
I think it was somebody bought it off my Amazon wish list for me.
I have this weird thing where I purchase every sewing book I can find. I bought a book on sachets, and I'll never forget. I brought it home, and people were like, "Do you know what sachets are?" I was like, "No."
So I go for techniques, and this like has pin tucking, pleating, fabric folding. Like it's got a lot of different things in it. So it's kind of like a reference book, and it gives you like an inspiration point to start with. So that's the kind of book that I have. The books that I have. Like almost every single book. I only have like one shelf with books, but almost every single book on my bookshelf is for inspiration or techniques. Like a table runner that you're just putting a whole bunch of pin tucks in. And you can use cording at the do you know how to do a pin tuck? So you do you use cording?
Yes, I do. I have miles of cording in this room too.
Yeah. So you can do pin tucks with and without cording, but ones with cording, making a bag out of the fabric that you added your pin tucks to, doing like a plaid pattern with your pin tucks, changing the direction your fabrics fold as you cross over each one. Let me see if I can
find my book. I have a book from the 1970s. I've been trying to. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's in here somewhere. I have been trying to make a sorcerer shirt forever.
Oh my gosh.
I have so much.
There's actually, I mean, I really haven't looked at this book in forever. There's actually a section that is quilting. They quilted white or cream colored silk using hand stitches with black sewing thread. It looks really kind of awesome.
Cool. That book has evaded me, and I made a complete book. There's a book of Lange I'm going to have to pick up after this.
Oh, shoot.
Those are all the books that I inspire to either finish or read. Because I've really been cleaning up all my hoardings, all the weird things I buy over the years. All the books that I bought in the past 2 years, I put right here, and I'm like, read them. Read them. You bought them. Read them.
I have a Pentec foot for my Kenmore. Haven't used it yet. Yeah. Not everybody knows how to do that, but it really is kind of cool
I've tried.
to play
I've
with.
tried and failed at a lot of those old school attachments. I have a bunch, nowhere near Fred Sanford, but I have an amount. I have quite a few. Because I thought I had a lot.
I haven't.
Then I watched a video of Fred Sanford where he was like, "Have you ever seen 1,000 buttonholers?" I was like, "Okay, I'm nowhere near this."
Well, you don't need 1,000 buttonholers. You just need a good buttonhole foot to go with your machine, or you need an embroidery foot to go with your machine.
His thing was like, I collect certain sewing machines, and finding certain parts for that is even more rare. He had everything you could possibly think of, and touch and sews are hated, and I love infamous things, so I collect things that are infamous.
Yeah. They did a hat braid on this. They took multiple different lengths of cord. They zigzag stitch over the cord, or they created the cord by zigzag stitching around it. And they put looks like maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 strands of cording, and then they braided it around to put it as a hat band.
I have no idea why I never noticed that, but at this angle with that shirt on, Twin, you look like you're in Starfleet. You look like you're in old school. You look like you're in the old school William Shatner era. Number one.
Number one.
The original number one was a woman.
There we go.
In the pilot.
Here I am.
I do. I got help though. I got help. I went out and sought help, and I got help this year. I'm doing one day at a time. One day at a time.
William, they took cording and put it on the tie for the kimono.
Why?
So they decorated the tie for the kimono.
1,000 buttonhole machine, husband. My mom's touching, so it's buried in my daughter's attic. We can't get to it. It was my parents' house.
Oh.
I love those things. They're seriously next to the Singer Gray Heavy Duty. They're probably the most hated sewing machine I've ever come across.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hate the touch and sews.
It's weird to me though. I own a Singer Heavy Duty. I know what it is. I've never asked it to do anything that it's not. Is it worth, like right now, the one I have, it still resells for $300. I don't think it's worth that, but like, I'm a sewing machine collector, so I know it's of actual value.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad machine.
Exactly.
It's not like, I've seen hate videos. Sometimes I know people are hurting for content because I am there and I get it. I get it. But like when you've made 15 hate videos about a sewing machine, seek help.
Yeah.
Seek help.
They just wanted to make sure you got the message that they really hate that machine.
Well, it's, what is, I feel like I'm talking to my son because I tell him this all the time. It's expectations. You expect something to be, it's not. You build it up, and then there's this whole like just drama and kerfuffle of you not getting what you want. When in the end, it was never what you wanted in the first place, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't expect an industrial machine to sew heirloom quality stitches, and you can't expect a delicate kid's plastic machine to sew anything like leather.
Exactly. And I think also
you
as human beings, we're like, it says heavy duty. It says heavy duty, so that doesn't mean anything. I have an old white from the 80s that says heavy duty. And it's not.
No.
I used that thing until it exploded too. Poor Gaius right there. I have a row of sewing machines that were like, they fought hard. So they will be in the museum of sewing because I destroyed every single one of them.
There was somebody sewing on one of the machines that I actually sewed through. She brought her machine and sewed on it. And I'm just going, oh my gosh, that reminds me so much of my
I
machine
think people
that never
I
made
think
it.
people feel that way because of the issues with the machine. I agree. It's I don't know. It's weird to me. It's just because that one does not like the machine, does not like it. Oh, you know what? It's all false. I agree, Rita. It's like false advertising too. Oh, and Rita, I have a weird question. Were you gaming last night? I'm subscribed to somebody that I think is you, but I didn't want to say anything because I can't tell. It was a different name. But if you were gaming, I was watching for like a half an hour because I do not sleep at night. And I don't even play video games. But was that you? I know that's a weird question. I was gonna be like, is this I didn't want to be like, is this Rita? I know the internet is huge, but I'm subscribed to somebody that kind of has your name. My mom's has cams on the top. I am one of those rare people that actually has a touch and sew cam box.
Mm.
I have every cam that you could possibly think of, and for the 600 and the original. Touch and sew, the Pinto of sewing machine. So hated. So no, I don't game anymore. Okay, so what was it you? I'm glad I didn't say because I am subscribed to this account, but I think I think I subscribed to another account that has almost the same name.
Hmm.
So to the Crafty Witch, if you're watching, that was me. That was me last night when there was two people in the thing. I was the other person. Other than silly Solitar. Because I'm constantly moving around, like I put things on for I put them on and walk out of the room. I literally heard the Carson theme song when I was especially with my Bluetooth speaker, man, I'm walking because I could hear it down the hallway. Last time I played games was Myst and Diablo. Oh, that definitely wasn't you. It was like more of a modern. I had no idea what was going on. Somebody was walking around with a witch hat and they were like walking through things. I'm old. I have no idea what was going on. Are you subscribed to anyone like that?
No. Are you talking?
No.
But you just say the Crafty Witch.
I think I'm subscribed
I'm
to a
subscribed
few.
to her.
Yeah.
I think I am. And I'm one of those people, like if you or Mona or Tammy or anyone is like, hey, subscribe to this person, I'm like, subscribe.
Oh, okay.
I literally don't even, I
That's
like
what
roll
you do,
over.
yeah. I go over all of Mona's things. Yeah.
Especially if Mona's co-signing for you, I'm subscribed to you.
Mhm.
So I'm subscribed to everybody in the sewing community, and it takes all kinds. And also I'm subscribed to people that do scrapbooking. I journaled for over 20 years. I like watching people make their weird journals.
Mm.
They're not writing it, they're just making it, I like that. I don't know, maybe I weirdly enjoy ASMR. I just haven't come to the ASMR world yet.
Yeah.
Two other angles too with patents. Oh, that's awesome. I do not do modern video games. I'm gonna say this, and I never thought I'd be here. A lot of it, I don't understand it, and I'm not even saying that to be mean or to like pigeonhole myself. It is so complicated. I've told my son has Flight Simulator on his
Mhm.
goggles, and I was like, he stopped helping me because I'm like, I want to fly. Why is this asking me all these questions? I just want to fly. And he's like, I'm so tired of you, Dad. I'm so tired of you.
Oh, that's funny.
It's true though. So a lot of that modern stuff I don't play. When they were asking me for money for Mortal Kombat, I needed a psychiatrist after that. I was like, why are they asking me to pay for more players? Can I just win? Be clean, never leave them. I do a lot of scrapbooking, also a lot of fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a crafty person. I enjoy the old art. The old role playing games and the new games they are. Tammy's looking like she's ready to bring in the reins. We've driven the cattle across the river.
I'm being patient.
Take his time.
I'm being patient. No, we're good. I've just been up since like
No, I
crack of
get it.
dawn.
I get it.
Or
I'm
close
gonna
to it.
finish this. I'm
So,
gonna
no.
finish this code off stream. There's this one
Okay.
YouTuber,
That's your
this
call.
one YouTuber that I watch. I just can't say her name. It's Swia, but she'll do a 4-hour live stream and then she'll tape herself finishing the code, and she always calls it like no longer live. So she's doing like 8 or 9 hours. You know, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
To me, that's hardcore.
Yeah. I can't do like I'm 4 is I think my limit at this point. And that's with, doing as many adjustments as I can to make my body be okay with it.
Nobody wants to see me eating chicken fingers in a salad, because that's really what I'm going to do right now. I just remembered I went to the store today. Nobody wants to see that. Me, sad guy, standing in front of my stove with my TV watching Doctor Who. Because that is quite literally what I will be doing in about 30 minutes from now. Because I just remembered I went to the store today and I have a bunch of fried goodness in my freezer right now. Oh. Swag does. Yes. And I've been subscribed to her for 5 or 6 years. Sia Swag, yes, that's her name. I'm telling you, I don't even do bags, but I've subscribed to people that make bags, that make and I love her and her sister. She's the one who got me to go to that weird con in LA that I now know was not a quilt anything. It was just a bunch of people with sewing in patches, and it was probably like a vendor's expo. But I went and bought a bunch of stuff. Had a great time. But she's the one who goes from convention to convention.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and she has booths, and and I think, I could be wrong, but I think she puts on her own shows. Because she goes from vendor to vendor. She's like, introduce yourself. They're like, yeah, boss. Yeah, boss. But I know for a fact she lives in Utah. She has this weird rapper opening with her and her sister. They're like in a Mazda Miata. And then you see the Utah place. I'm like, yeah, that's so Utah. That is so Utah.
Rita, I would totally record with no audio and then go back and dub over. That would be how I would get past a cough.
My voice, because I lose my voice a lot, it comes through different on the microphone even than it does. Because I was croaky last video. I sounded like this and I didn't sound as bad as I thought I did. And I was, struggling for air, so you never know. I love that. I absolutely love that channel, Terry. I've been subscribed to her for years and years. I need someone like her sister. I need a dedicated assistant. This cheered me up. My older eyes like, oh, I'm so sorry, Alibaba.
I'm glad this cheered you up, though. Thank you for hanging out with us to cheer yourself up.
I'm just here to goof off and make coats, and there may or may not be a short tomorrow, depending on how much. Well, it is like 9 o'clock at night here on the West Coast, so
yeah, you got lots of time.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to bed earlier, but I also when most people are going to bed, I get up and go to work, so it's a vicious cycle.
I went and sewed today, and one of the ladies and I, you can't put the two of us together because we make trouble. The other ladies were telling us that we were not allowed to ride in the back seat together because the whole "Mom, she's touching me, Mom." We would do it just to annoy everybody else. So funny.
Oh, I would be like, do I have to pull this car over?
Oh, that got threatened too. Do I have to talk to you with my hand? Yeah.
I grew up with old schoolers, man. My parents, we called it the ninja death stare. They'd look at you and be like, oh! You'd just be like,
Oh, yeah.
You know you messed up.
I mean, we were throwing it back and forth like we were just enjoying it.
You know what's funny, Ed? I did hear about this, but it was more in passing because
I didn't hear about it.
I have this thing where I think it's important to hang out with your family. So me and my mother and my son, we sit down to eat dinner together. And my mother is much more informed in the world than I am. She's much more brave than I am. Well, also, she thinks it's insane that I'm tuned out. Like, you know, if something local happens, I'll be here. Let me know when Timmy's down the well. Go get Lassie. I'll go. I'm here. But anything else besides that, like, I'm enjoying my Johnny Carson Doctor Who life right now. Oh. That, and I have the weirdest song stuck in my head. I don't even want to sing. I don't want to say it.
No.
I don't even want to say it.
Okay. Then I'm not going to ask.
No, it's because it's an earworm, and you'll be like, 2 weeks from now, you'll be like, why?
Nothing wrong with earworms every now and then.
I won't to go why. I will go William.
Thank you so much for not calling me Will. Someone called me Will the other day, and I was like, oh, I literally cringed and snapped a little. Oh. All right. We successfully shipped. You know, it's actually been a busy 2 weeks here in the House of Sewing with everything. This is the road to California. Like, this is the back end of the road to California. You know,
coming down a U-turn and going east.
I'm coming down
to Wyoming and then making your way to North Carolina.
Oh, I'm slowly deflating from my high from the quilting show. I'm slowly descending back to earth. I am now a big balloon.
We'll get you into another show eventually.
No, but I had a great time. So now I have the bug. I'm watching quilt show videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, Atlanta 1996.
But you can get such great inspiration from them, though.
I always have. That's why I have that big book. Because even something like that, Joseph and the Technicolor coat, that inspired I went in a whole different direction, but it inspired something for me, and it really brought color back into my wardrobe.
Your
because
black and white world.
That's all I wear is black and white. Literally, that's literally all I wear is black and denim. I'm a denim.
I was about to say, I'm seeing denim.
Oh my gosh.
Where's that magenta and green?
I have a rack that I used to hang a lot of my jackets on. It was welded copper that I screwed into the frame, and it broke because it was so heavy. And it's only been there for 14, 15 years. But all of my my denim jackets are on the floor in my living room, like, shame. Just every time I walk in there, I'm like, oh no, not you. And it's a high stack. So now I have to figure out to reincorporate those back in the closet. But my thing is, I want to wear all of my jackets at the same time. I've made these. I love my denim jackets. I want to wear all of them, but I only am one person.
I must say, you don't have enough arms to fill all of those.
You ever seen the movie Multiplicity?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking from a science standpoint, it's impossible, but in a Hollywood way. I should make a video of Multiplicity, me with all my jackets.
Do one of those, like, where the song is playing and then you're walking or whatever, and then you put your boot in front of it, and then when you come back, you're in a different outfit.
Rita, I
Alibaba,
just want to say thank you. You're welcome. You are so
Alibaba,
Yeah.
you are more than welcome to call me Will. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. No, it's natural to people. It's a default for people. I don't get offended. It's just not my name.
Uh,
But it doesn't offend me. I want nothing to do with it, but it doesn't offend.
Mm,
Oh,
I
oh man.
yeah,
But it's been a really busy week. Look how shiny that is. Look.
it
I'm
is
so
very sparkly.
I look forward to seeing what you do with that.
well, I'm gonna find the most angry patch with like a demon with smoke coming out of his nose and put this beautiful rainbow thread around it.
Yay!
Which isn't too far from the truth because they still have a bunch of like King Diamond patches and stuff. So I'm ready to go. It has been a busy week. I think it's more because I was sick and stuff, but I truly feel like hungover from this past week. I truly do.
Yeah, you're exhausted. I mean, that medicine kept you up,
It truly did.
and so yeah, you're just tired.
And I'm like, I am oddly hungry all the time. But I'll be back at it on Saturday. I'm working on a video right now because I'm sewing. I have all kinds of amazing stuff that's going on in here.
Yeah.
I'm so question is does sparkle come? You know what's so funny? I
No,
okay,
it does not.
you answered what I actually that was when I was holding it up, I was like, my brain was like, I wonder if I'm gonna be wearing this. Am I gonna be wearing this?
Go ahead and open it. Open
I
it
don't
real
wanna-
quick.
Okay. I don't want to mess with the integrity of the thread.
No, you won't. You won't. Cut the plastic at the top or bottom of the spool. And you should be able to pull that plastic off.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh,
And there should be, yep, at the bottom of the spool, there's a piece that's cut in. So you can actually,
I see it.
you don't have to look for the end. Yeah. So you can actually pull it out. And then you can put the end back in that.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's fantastic stuff. you
After all these
guys.
years, I still don't know my left from my rights on YouTube.
Yep, it's Razzle Dazzle by Ricky Timms. I told you I got that Ricky, my smaller, my travel machine.
The
Is it Ricky
second,
Timms
you know, I
machine?
noticed that when I saw that, it made me think of when you told me about that. And Rita, that is
Yep.
such a valid question because here in this house of sewing, everything's shit. I still, whenever I pull something back, I still find red fuzz from a coat I made over a year and a half ago, especially behind the speaker. That red coat exploded in here. So
Wow.
there is all kinds of fun stuff in here. All right. Well, I'll be back at it. I'm working on a video. I will be back at it on Saturday. In all sincerity, I want to thank everybody. You guys are amazing. And I wouldn't be here just rambling and sewing without you. So I thank every single one of you. I'll see you guys on Saturday. I hope everybody has a great week. I will see you in the chat because I'm subscribed to everybody. Well, except a few, but everybody. You guys are absolutely. Oh, that red fluff was I still find it. I still find it to this very day. To this very day. I'm going to bust that code out. Thank you, Rita. I will be back at it. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you around. If not, I'll see you on Saturday. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be your